Hey boss, I wanted to actually share with you a topic that seems to be on the forefront of businesses today. And actually was not going to be the topic that I was going to talk about, but I came across this article yesterday and I thought I'd totally change my agenda. And so today I'm going to share with you an article that an attorney wrote, and it is basically, how should your business handle the Biden's vaccine mandate? And so that is what I'm going to share with you, an article that Karen Michael, an HR attorney here in the Richmond, Virginia area, had written for the newspaper, the local newspaper, Richmond Times-Dispatch. And I had shared some information from her before in the video, Vaccine Mandate, Yes or No. And so I will share that video again, at the end if you need to watch it. But I thought this article that she wrote was really good. And so as a result, I thought I'd share it with you. Hey, I'm Dr. Heather Williamson with the Transformation Group, and welcome back to the channel. So if you want to get more videos like this, weekly leadership tips and strategies that will help you as a leader in your business, then subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any of my great tips that I share. And so with that, let's get started. And I wanted to share with you just her article is entitled, How Should Businesses Respond to Biden's Vaccine Mandate? And like I said, Karen Michael, she's an HR attorney here in Richmond, Virginia. And so she does highlight Virginia in here, but also some other states as well. And so I'm going to share this with you. And this is actually based on Biden's announcement of the Department of Labor's development of the vaccine rule. So President Joe Biden recently announced that he will instruct the Department of Labor to mandate all companies that employ more than 100 workers to require vaccinations or weekly COVID testing. And so the announcement has left many employers questioning whether they must immediately comply or whether such a rule will even withstand legal scrutiny. And so nothing in Virginia has changed as of today. So just for your information, if you do live in Virginia, this has not gone into effect. So Biden has directed the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which is OSHA, to issue an emergency temporary standard implementing the requirement. But the federal agency had not issued the standard as of last Friday, which was September 17th. So still nothing has happened. About 80 million workers across the country would be subject to the requirement. And that means more than 2.2 million people working at more than 50,000 Virginia businesses, according to census estimates from 2018 that were released this year. And they would, if this does go into effect, would be subject to the new rules. Once issued, it is sure to face legal scrutiny, which will likely result in an injunction until the legality of the mandate is going to be argued in court, just to give you a heads up. And so other states have actually followed suit. Actually, as of right now, the last I saw was 19 governors and 2 attorney generals have filed suit against this. And the Arizona Attorney General isn't wasting any time. And on September 14th, he filed a federal lawsuit challenging the new mandate, calling the upcoming emergency rule an unconstitutional exercise of unbridled power. So lawyers have differing opinions on whether such a rule could legally be upheld and be within OSHA's powers. It's great information as a business owner. John Hyman, he's a partner at Wickens, Herzer, Panza law firm in Ohio, carefully studied Biden's proposal and believes issuing the emergency temporary standard is almost certainly illegal. An emergency temporary standard skips OSHA's traditional rulemaking process. Hyman said, and instead allows the agency to issue a temporary 6-month standard to address a bona fide safety emergency in the workplace, in quotations, as necessary to protect workers from grave danger. Of the 10 emergency standards issued previously by OSHA, Hyman says 3 went into effect with no challenge at all, and 6 were challenged, only 1 of which was upheld. The last remaining one, which went into effect earlier this year for healthcare employers, has been challenged, but no ruling has yet been issued. So Hyman says that there is no doubt the ongoing COVID pandemic continues to be a national emergency, but he disagrees with OSHA and that they will be able to demonstrate that the emergency temporary standard is necessary to protect workers from grave danger. First, he suggests that limiting the rule to employers with 100 employees or more calls into question whether workplaces with less than 100 employees would not also be subject to the same danger. That limitation calls into question why OSHA is not protecting them too if they really truly are in grave danger. So there's kind of no common sense there. Second, Hyman believes that weekly testing alternative is problematic because it only identifies a small slice of time during the week and otherwise allows the risk of positive COVID employees entering the workplace. Thus, it actually permits the grave danger it's trying to eliminate. Hyman also refers to the current mitigation strategies such as masks and social distancing that OSHA already recommends, which have been successful to mitigate in most situations. Also, Courtney Malveaux, who is a principal in the Richmond office of Jackson Lewis Law Firm, said that employers can offer alternatives to mandatory vaccine testing by offering telework or unpaid leave until COVID is no longer recognized as a workplace hazard. She also says that 4 states, noted that successfully promulgated emergency temporary standards upon finding that COVID-19 pandemic poses a grave danger and survived legal challenges. And those include the states of Virginia, California, Oregon, and Washington. OSHA found that COVID presented a grave danger when it issued an emergency temporary standard for healthcare workers or healthcare employers. Also, covered employers did not contest the grave danger finding, and it remains in effect today. Biden also proposed mandating paid time off for vaccines and symptoms related to vaccines. This is also likely will be challenged if done through an emergency temporary standard because it is unclear if OSHA has the authority to direct employers to pay for employees' time off. The Families First Coronavirus Response Act, which expired last year, required paid leave related to COVID, but the law's employer mandate was legislated through Congress, which has such authority. Biden also proposed mandatory vaccinations for any employer receiving federal dollars in the form of Medicare and Medicaid. This probably will withstand legal scrutiny since the president likely has the authority to tie receipt of federal dollars to certain conditions. But nothing has been ruled as of yet. So currently, there's no regulatory framework upon which employers can rely upon. Just to let you know. Companies can still choose to mandate vaccines and require proof of vaccination if you believe that your business believes it's necessary. If you do require vaccines, you must also make accommodations for medical and religious issues or reasons. So just to let you know, there are court cases out there that have started to be won if you've had COVID and have the natural antibodies. So you have that natural immunity. And this happened in a court case. It was a law professor at George Mason University. He actually refused to take the COVID shot that was the university was requiring because he had already had COVID and already has the natural antibodies, so he's naturally immune, which has been found to be much more effective than the COVID vaccine, which doesn't last, I think, maybe 4 months or 6 months. So anyway, this has now being what is seen as the movement now for people who have had COVID and are now suing their employers because they have natural immunity and do not want to be required to take the vaccine, which is better anyway. So the natural immunity is better. So anyway, I just wanted to share this information with you. If, as a business owner, as a person who is running a company in a senior leadership role, I think this is what Virginia is doing and some other states that are fighting against this, and you in your state need to find out what they're doing so you are informed when it comes to, you know, mandating things in your business. So hopefully you found this useful. If you did, please like the button below. Please share this if you know of another company that is trying to figure out what to do during this ever-changing role of COVID and what to do with employees. So hopefully like this video, please subscribe, and don't forget to be that boss that your employees want to work for. Until next time, bye.